Open season.
This film came from comic strips that went a long way. They were hunting segments in a comic called In the Bleachers. This is also Sony's first animated film. They are not well known for making good films. This movie surely had many adventures to tell after this. When I say that, I mean there are 4 open seasons. Sure, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse were good, but they have always made bad films like the Emoji movie. This is also a trailer to my biggest video yet. Anyways, is this film good enough to stop the hunters? Or is it a movie that makes me want to make this review on a bear rug next to a deer head on my wall? Let's find out. This story, in around in the mid 2000s, like 2005 and 2006, there were a bunch of films that starred a cast of animals like Madagascar, The Wild, Over the Hedge, and Open Season. Also, there were too many similarities between Madagascar and Open Season. Also, the story is about a bear named Boog, who is basically Alex from Madagascar. Both are an animal that is considered on the top of the food chain, but they do tricks for people. After a wild night with another animal, in this case a deer named Elliot, he is sent to the wild and he has to survive like his species would. But then the similarities end. While Madagascar is decent humor and bad cartoony animation, up to the point that they look like they're teleporting. Open Season has good humor, and we'll get to the animation later. But that means the execution is key to this film. It is a cool concept, and Bugs Bunny showed it can work. It did. The humor of this film, as I said, is really funny. The comedy is supposed to be driven by Elliot's selfishness and stupidity. He is also really hilarious. The story is character driven, and the characters are actually good. But here, there are some things I do not get. There is one scene where Elliot straps Boog's doll, Dinkerman, onto his privates. And then when he gets a snack out of the doll and offers it to Boog, he says no. But why? It just doesn't make sense. Was it not covered by a pouch? Other than that, there is nothing wrong with the story except for the huge similarities to Madagascar. I give it a 9 out of 10. The animation. The animation was made in 2006 when CGI was still fresh. Many companies were jumping into the bandwagon and Sony decided to jump into the animation field. This is exactly what it looks like. A studio's first attempt at an animated feature. They did not nail it. No, they did not. But it is not Madagascar where they look like they're teleporting. The backgrounds look like paintings, and it captures the realism and the impressionism of the forest. The character animation looks a bit weird, like Elliot is just strolling around with 2 legs, but he's a deer! Marty and Madagascar did the same thing, but who cares? It still looks unnatural. Now, let's talk about the animation of the humans. My gosh, did they all eat stuff that they were allergic to? I'm not saying it is that bad, but they are pretty weird, and their character design is weird, and not in the good way. But Beth has a sweet design, and it actually looks good. For Shaw, he looks a bit like a goblin. Gordy looks like an old grandpa. No offense to grandpas. That is all I have to say. 6 out of 10, Sony. I know you are trying, but Shaw and Gordy are just not the best. And Elliot is so different from the other deer. But why? The characters. As a character-driven film, are the characters good? Yes, thank goodness. Except most of them are all stereotypical. Boog is a fun and enjoyable main character, but there is something weird about him. He is voiced by Martin Lawrence, and he is so out of place. Why is he so urban in a forest? He's like, I don't belong here, I gotta get back home, man. and he just sounds so out of place. Ashton Kutcher is trying way too hard to be funny in the movie as Elliot, and that's actually a good thing, because he tried way too hard. And yeah, he was hilarious. This is definitely the film with crazy voices. Mick Squizzy, the angry Scottish squirrel, as well Scottish. There is Mr. Weenie, and he is voiced by Cody Cameron. My gosh, he is a vampire. There are the skunks, which are like every single high school girl who just got a date to prom, mashed together into two skunks. There's Buddy the porcupine, who only says a few lines, but he is stuck with you. He always says Buddy in this baby voice, and he sounds like when you just got hypnotized, and I like that. There are stereotypical ducks, which are supposed to be French. There's Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove. I mean Ian, I mean Kronk, I mean Ian. I am sorry, they have the same voice actor. Finally, there's Giselle. She's Elliot's girlfriend. Not much to say about her. Oh wait, she is smart. Real smart. Oh yes, the mean-spirited beavers. They just yell at Boog and Elliot. Hey, you broke our dam! To, hey, you just do that, rookie! And they are rude. Then there's the villain, Shaw. He's worrying animals will take over the world and revolt against humans like Planet of the Apes. So he hunts them, and he wants to kill Elliot and Boog. So those are the characters. The characters have very weird accents, and some were stereotypical, but it paid off because they were all funny. I give them a 7 out of 10. Okay. After watching this, I feel messed up. This is definitely one of Sony's best films, even though I feel messed up because, like, it's funny, the animation is decent. I like this film, and it is worthy enough to receive the Eli Eagle Badge of Appreciation. Watch this movie. It is available for a rent or buy for $4. Just please watch this movie and forget about what is happening to Sony right now. It'll make you think about the good things about Sony. Just please, go watch this. Please. I give it an 8 out of 10. A solid movie that you must watch. Just go watch it. It's worth the $4. Just get off of your device and watch it. Well, that was the review. Goodbye.